On this episode, pretty much anything can happen. I have no idea what I may or may not say today. I mean, I'm kind of pissed off, kind of in a bad mood. It's just been one of those days. So this is going to be an interesting episode. I plan to talk about 2021 and preparing for it, but who the hell knows?
The Massive Agent Podcast, with lead generation tips and strategies to get you more leads and sell more homes.
I love to buy houses. I like to sell houses.
It takes brass balls to sell real estate.
Wait a minute.
The leads are weak. You're weak.
I've had better.
Oh, have I got your attention now?
Here's your host, Dustin Brohm.
What is up, everybody? Welcome to episode 155 of the Massive Agent Podcast. I am your host, Dustin Brohm, and today I'm feeling a little frisky, a little salty. Not frisky in not in a good way. Like, frisky could be good. This is not good. Like, I don't know. I'm just in one of those moods. It's just been a day. It's been a day. Now, I've accomplished the big things that my priorities for the day, I've accomplished. Haven't been too productive otherwise, but, it is what it is. It is what it is. So I still made progress today, even though it's just been one of those days. So I know that I had to get a podcast recorded. It's one of the commitments that I made 2.5 years. Well, almost 3 years ago now. In mid-January, it'll be 3 years since we launched this podcast. That's crazy. That's holy crap. So yeah, 52 weeks a year. We're at episode 155. In January, we'll be episode 160-ish. So yeah, 3 years of doing the show. Holy crap. Time flies when you're having fun. I'm just not having fun today, but that's all right. So the goal here is to talk about 2021 and what you should be doing to prepare for it and plan for it. And, this is not going to be this big, long, you need to write out this big, long spiel, and you need to have a 62-page plan, and you need to clear 4 days of your schedule to plan the year. No, you don't. This could take you 20 minutes. This could take you 5 minutes. This could take you 45 minutes. It just depends on you. But I'm going to go through a few things that I'm doing right now and that are going to be very important for you if you have any interest in having a great year next year. All right? 2020 has been a shit show, and because more than one thing can be true at the same time, it's also been the best year of my life. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. It's been one of the best years of my life. It's been the best year of my career in many ways. It's been the best year for me mentally and physically, but it didn't start out that way. Crazy. So this year's been a shit show. 2021, guys, is not going to be any better. It's funny when people are like, I just want the year to be over and everything. You realize all the problems that we have now in society, all the issues, all the stresses, all the bullshit, it doesn't disappear when the calendar turns over. It compounds because we're not dealing with it. We're not dealing with it, and we're letting things happen to us. And so things are not being solved. Solutions are not happening. So the more we allow that to happen, the worse these things get that are making us say that 2020 was the worst. Well, 2021 is not going to be much better, but it can be, right? Our lives, individually, we can make certain choices, do certain things, make certain moves that make our 2021 amazing, the best years of our lives. Okay, we can do things on a personal level, at a spiritual level, with our family, with our health, with our nutrition. We can do things to make 2021 the best year. But will you? Okay, and so I'm going to go through a few of the things that I'm going to be doing for 2021 so that we can weather the shitstorm that is absolutely brewing. I mean, we're in the middle of it, but the next wave is coming. We all feel it. We all know it. It's one of the things I'm pissed off about is because I'm not going to go into it today, but there's some stuff that must be said. It's not political. It's a matter of right and wrong, and I'm sick of it. I'm sick of seeing what's happening, and I'm tired of not saying anything out of fear, but I'm not going to say those things today. I've been saying them a little bit more on social media and making my voice heard and starting conversations that I think need to happen, but this podcast episode is not one of those times, but it's just one of the things contributing to my really weird mood today. So anyways, guys, thank you for tuning in. I promise you that despite the rather usual and the rather regular rants or, loss of thought and all that stuff, which, I mean, that happens when I'm in the best of moods. Let's be honest. I mean, that's just how I roll. That's probably going to happen today. But, push that aside. Before I start, I will say something that I'm doing right now, and if you follow me on social media at Massive Agent, you've seen this. I have made a concerted effort and made a top priority of my day to make sure that video clips are taken from podcast episodes and certain things I do and chopped up into little bits and put on social media regularly. Every day. I skipped last Saturday, but I did this on Sunday. So at least 5 days a week, I'm posting some micro content from old podcast episodes or interviews that I've done or something valuable. I'm doing that every day on Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. So I ask you right now, if you're not following me on Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn at Massive Agent or LinkedIn, Dustin Brohm, please do. I'm doing a lot of content every day there, and that's something that I've stepped up dramatically. Something I'm stepping up even more so is YouTube. I'm going to be doing my podcast in video form every week on YouTube, along with other short form YouTube videos that are just standalone videos. Content is something that there's so much opportunity in just being seen everywhere on social media, everywhere online by our networks, by the people that know us, our friends, our leads, our past clients, people we went to high school with, our neighbors. I don't think you realize how much business you could be doing. And this is not just a real estate thing. You could be a dentist or a cake baker. You could be whatever. But if people see you all the time, they can't forget you. Okay? Unless you cause them to unfollow you or tune out. And no matter how great of a job you do, sometimes that will happen because, I hate to break it to you, not everyone's meant to like you. Do you like everyone? No, there's some people you don't like. And sometimes you don't even know why. Maybe it's their personality, or you're just like, I just don't like the way they say things. I don't like the look of her face. I don't like the look of that guy's face. I don't like the cut of his jib. It's a stupid, stupid jib. That's fine. We don't have to like everybody. But the flip side of that, the inverse of that, I'm going to try to sound smart today by using somewhat large words, even though that's not even a big word, but it is for me. The inverse of that is we need to be okay with people not liking us and accept the fact that not everyone will. Okay? That's okay. But most people that you know already, that are already in your database, that are already in your network, you're connected already. You just need them to remember you when the time comes to make a decision or to spur a decision about buying a home, selling a home, refinancing, or giving a recommendation or a referral to one of their friends or one of their family. And if you're constantly showing up in their newsfeed, and guys, it doesn't matter what the hell you're showing up for. You just need to show up in a way that's interesting and gets attention and that they actually want to see every now and then. That's all that matters. If you can do that regularly, you're going to have an amazing 2021. So I'm starting now. I've already started. I want to have the biggest year ever as far as my brand, my reach, my influence, my stature, which sounds so douchey, but you know what I mean, within the industry. I do this podcast for you guys. I want 10 times as many agents to listen to this show. I want 10 times as many agents to know who I am and watch my videos and get value from it and share it with their friends. I want 10 times more to see it. So what do I need to do to make that happen? I need to put out 10 times as much stuff, and I need to get 10 times as many people to share my stuff. Okay? So follow me on social, see what I'm doing. It's good stuff. If you're listening to this show and if you've been listening to this podcast more than once, then first off, you're mentally ill. But I thank you because you're my kind of mentally ill. We're all mentally ill together somehow, some way. But you're going to like it. It's going to help you. And it's going to be bite-sized little chunks. When you watch one of those and you're like, yes, I like that, or good point, or I didn't know that, or cool, I learned something new, please do me the favor when that happens of sharing it. Okay, share it however you'd like. Share it with a friend, tag a colleague, tag a team member in the comments. It doesn't matter what platform it is, just tag them. Share it into a group if it's Facebook. share it, on LinkedIn or Facebook, or whatever. But help me to spread the word. And that is what I ask. That is your fee for this podcast. I ask you to please pay the fee however you see fit. All right, now it's my turn to pay my fee and give you guys what you came here for today. So 2021, what do you need to do to have a killer year? What do you need to do? What should you be planning for next year? Okay, so plan for a hot housing market in most areas. Okay, even though some governments and governors and states are doing they're doing their best, they're trying their hardest to kill and crush their local economies, the housing market is thriving in spite of it. In spite of these dipshits, the housing market is still thriving in most of the country. And I see that continuing through 2021 and there's a bunch of different reasons for that. Okay. So I'm not so concerned over the next 12 months about your ability to find homes to sell. And even still, and this is a whole other conversation, there's two sides to every sale. Homes are always selling. Even in the worst downturn, the worst depression, there's still property selling. You just have to be the one selling it. Anyhow, it's going to be good. Okay. The housing industry is going to be healthy in most places. And if it's not a seller's market, if it's a buyer's market, cool. You could be the best damn, buyer's agent, pick up all the buyers, and then have the best year ever. Anyhow, I admittedly kind of got off the thought train, so I will try to get back on here because I have no notes today. It's been one of those days. I have no notes. I'm winging this 100%, but luckily I know what the hell I'm talking about. So eventually it'll all come out. You might just have to duct tape it together and tape it, piece it together later on. Like if I wrote it all out in an outline and threw it through a shredder, and now it's your job as a listener to take all those pieces and put them together in your mind. Kind of a tall order. I apologize. So the market is going to be good. You guys need to just forget about, well, what's the market going to do? Doesn't matter. Okay. You guys are going to thrive, and it doesn't matter what the market's doing. Okay. And you're going to thrive because of your mindset. Going into the year, you're just going to hit your goals. Okay. If you need to pivot, if you need to make adjustments, if you need to all of a sudden, like when COVID happened almost a year ago, there was some pivoting going on. I told you guys, look, huge opportunity here. Like, don't sit down on the sidelines. Don't stop spending money on ads. Do more, spend more on ads, be seen more, do more content. Your competitors are laying down and they're doing you a favor. Do more. And those that did have had a killer freaking year so far. Every single one of you guys. I've talked to dozens and dozens of you guys that have told me that, you were freaked out when COVID hit. And so was I. For God's sakes. I was freaked out when COVID hit because it was new. It was like this big scary, we had no idea what to expect. Like now we do. Now we do know what to expect. We know it's not this new scary thing is my point. So the messages I've gotten from you guys who told me that, hey, you made those adjustments. You doubled down on your ad spend. You started doing more content while your competitors were sleeping. Not literally. Well, yeah, I guess literally. A lot of our competitors were just taking naps, which is fine, but those of you that went to work had amazing years. You guys can do that next year too, but you have to have some goals. Okay. So planning for next year does not need to be this big week-long thing where what's the word? I want to say quarantine just because that's the freaking stupid word of the year. Not quarantine, but starts with a B. You barricade. Thank you. Yes. You barricade yourself in like a cabin in the mountains for a week so that you can plan your year. Look, if you want to do that, awesome. I mean, let's be honest. You really just want to get away from your family. No judgment there. It's been a hell of a year, but you don't need to do that. Okay. In 15 minutes, you guys can sit down with a piece of paper or a whiteboard or the notes on your freaking iPhone and type out, what do you want next year? What do you want? Okay. And don't worry about the industry's goals. Don't worry about, here's how many units you should sell. Like, sure, you should have that as a goal, but what if that's not your main goal? Don't make it your main goal. If your main goal is to make a certain amount of money and work fewer hours, maybe you sell fewer homes, but maybe you raise the amount you charge in commission. Maybe you're doing 3.5% instead of 3%. Okay. Maybe you just go for a different price point. Maybe instead of focusing on $250,000 homes, you start selling $400,000 homes. and you sell fewer homes, but you make more money in less time. Okay. But you won't do that if you're only focused on the number of homes you sell. Okay. You've got to really define what it is you want, because here's what's crazy, guys. It's so important to define what you want because you just might hit it. You just might hit it. Okay. So if you don't define it, or you set the bar too low, you just might hit it. That sucks. Or congratulations if you set the bar high. So what do you want your life to look like in 2021? Okay. If it's about a number of homes sold, awesome. Maybe it's the number of homes sold, but you want a certain amount of revenue and you want to work 5 less hours per week. Maybe you're cool working more hours per week, and maybe that's what's required to hit your goal. But define what it is you want. Because if you know what your goal is and you see it in front of you, literally in front of you every single day when you're at your computer, maybe in your bathroom on your mirror, if you're confronted with your goals every day and you actually look at them and you see them, you're going to start thinking subconsciously about how to reach that and what decisions you can make right now today. What moves you can make right now today do you have to do to get there? So on my board, I have some EXP specific goals. Like I want to add 15 qualified agents to my personal front line in 2021. I want to have a team, or a group, if you will, of over 500 people. Right now I have 105. So, that's some serious growth. I set the bar pretty damn high, but it's doable. It's been done. So why not by me? And I have that in front of me on my whiteboard. I have $1 million per year in net income by my 40th birthday. I'm 37 right now. So I have a little bit of time there. That's not a 2021 goal, but if I want $1 million per year in net income, I need to do certain things or not do certain things to make sure that I hit that, right? So that's why I'm focusing on the things that I'm doing. That's why I'm starting the businesses, or focusing on the projects that I'm doing right now to help me hit that, because I look at it every damn day. I bought I can share this with you guys if you want. I should probably have a link ready to go, but I don't. But on Etsy, I got this canvas print, and I read it on the podcast with Paige Corbett the other day. But it breaks down how much per day, per week, per month you must make in order to hit $1 million a year. And I got a canvas print from Etsy, and it's in my office, and I look at it all the time. So instead of the big goal of $1 million a year, okay, because that big hairy goal, the BHAG, if you will, the big hairy audacious goal, that can be intimidating. Sometimes that goal may be like, how the hell am I ever going to do that? Because you're looking at it in one lump sum. Well, no, you break it down. How much do you need to make per day? How much do you need to make per month, per week, or per transaction? How much do you need to make per transaction to hit your goal? And how many of those transactions do you need to do? If you just define your goal and then work backwards, you can do that math on your, on a notepad in 5 minutes. Define that stuff. But don't just focus on business. Don't just focus on money. Because one thing that I've absolutely learned this year is your health, both mental and physical, it's so freaking important and valuable. In some ways, more so. Actually, in every way. It's more important in every way than money, because you can always make more money. You cannot make more time. You cannot get your heart back if you destroy your heart through poor nutrition and lack of exercise. You can't. So, really it's more important. But I learned that firsthand. If you guys forget the episode that this was on, again, guys, I'm usually not prepared. This episode, I'm really not prepared. So go look it up. The episode I did within the last 2 months about where I shared, it was about how one decision can change your whole life. And I talked about how I got myself into a bad place with my health because of the stress from COVID and, all the grocery stores, not having a whole lot of food, or at least I was like, oh, I've got to buy a bunch of frozen food, frozen pizzas and Hot Pockets and this, that, and the other, all this crap, all this pure garbage food. And we just started eating that. And I'm like, oh, my gym closed, so I can't work out anymore, which is total bullshit. I absolutely can. There's a million things that I could do that don't require a gym. I just chose to use that excuse. But because of that, I stopped exercising and I started eating like shit. And then the stress from, business was going great. I was growing and that was cool, but it was still stressful, made me feel like I was having a heart attack around May. So I went and got an EKG done. They said, my heart looks fine, but you've got some serious anxiety and stress going on here. You got to nip that shit in the bud. So I made a decision, exercise and nutrition, boom, and did 75 hard, finished that about a month ago. I'm down to, as of today, 159 pounds, which is insane. I haven't weighed this little since my early 20s. And it might've been like 19. I don't even know if I weighed this little in my 20s. It's nuts. But I'm shooting for 9% body fat. And why? Because it's hard. I'm choosing to challenge the shit out of myself because something I've learned this year, not only do you get the health benefits and you look better and you feel better, you get the energy, you like what you see when you look in the mirror, but the mental edge that you get, which directly helps your business, when you challenge yourself to something and it's hard and you want to quit and you want to stop doing it, but you keep going and then you accomplish it. When you accomplish hard things, that is such a huge boost to your confidence. And that confidence has made me a much more aggressive, in a good way, business person, a much more aggressive worker. I've been much more focused on the goals because of the confidence I gained from exercising twice a day, drinking a gallon of water, reading 10 pages of a book, and doing the 75 hard program. It's incredible. So you have to make nutrition and health a part of your goal setting. Okay, don't just make it about income, because if you could go balls to the wall trying to hit those income goals or those sales or production goals, but then if you completely ignore the other stuff, that's how bad things happen. That's how people have heart attacks. That's how people have strokes. That's how people, all sorts of bad things can happen when you ignore your health. So you can focus on multiple things at the same time. We can chew gum and walk at the same time. Okay, I don't even know what I was going to say there. I was going to say I can do something and podcast at the same time, but no, I can't. I can't do I can barely podcast. I can barely podcast. So guys, wherever you're at physically, okay, maybe you're super unhappy, or maybe you are happy, but you just want to get leaner, you want to get stronger, you want to get faster, you want to do whatever. Maybe you're trying to do a competition. Maybe you just want to lose some weight so you have more energy. Maybe you just want to feel better during the day. Wherever you're at, that's all that matters. How do we make it better? So set a goal for that. Okay, let's say you're 250 pounds, you haven't exercised in 4 years, and you kind of eat like shit. You eat healthy sometimes, but you have no idea how many calories you consume in a day. Okay, that's a problem, by the way, because it does no good to try to burn calories, or I'm going to go burn 300 calories on the treadmill. Okay, cool, but how many calories did you consume in the day? It's doesn't make any sense. You have to, anyways. You got to get on top of that stuff, and you can do it. So you just start doing the things that if you're 250 pounds and you want to be 200, start doing the things that the 200-pound person would do. They'd probably go for a walk every night. They'd probably eat some healthier food. Maybe they go organic and maybe cut out a snack at night or something. Or what I did, I track every single thing that I eat. Every single thing, even a piece of gum. If it has calories, if it has a single calorie, I track it in the MyFitnessPal app. Yeah, it's a pain in the ass, but it's become normal for me. It's become habit to where it's now part of my day, and I know every single calorie I consume. So if my goal is to lose weight, I know that if I'm consuming 1,800 calories, I need to burn 1,900. See what I mean? So that's something you can start doing right now without changing your diet or anything. Start tracking what you're eating with MyFitnessPal or something like that. That's the one everyone uses to track their food. And then you can just take in fewer calories than you burn, and just do that every day for a week, and then do it every day for the next week. But set a goal, physical goal, a health goal. Maybe you need to eat better foods. Okay. Maybe fewer, just less junk food, less candy. Trust me, I love all that stuff. I love all that stuff, but nothing tastes as good as it feels to be healthy and strong and energetic and look in the mirror and say, damn, I cannot believe that that's my body. I haven't looked that way since I was 17. That feeling is so much better than any donut tastes. Not by much, but because donuts are amazing. But you know what I mean. Set those goals, guys. Write them down and then keep them in front of you. This is really all you have to do to have an amazing 2021. Set your goals, be as specific as you possibly can, and then put them somewhere where you can see them every goddamn day. Every day. If you look at them every day and you actually acknowledge the fact that, oh, that's my goal, and read it, and you do it a few times a day, every day, you're going to be blown away at how you just start moving in that direction. But it starts with 5 to 10 to 15 minutes of sitting down and defining what you want out of the next year. Okay? Please don't focus on only business goals. Please don't focus on only health and physical goals. Focus on your family. Focus on your social life. Maybe you want to make more friends. Maybe you want to see family members more. And there's certain things you could do to rearrange your schedule to make that happen. Okay? COVID be damned. That's another thing. But, maybe you just haven't had time to see your cousins. Well, you can make time if you make it a priority. So family goals, spiritual, focus on you've got to focus on your growing yourself, growing your mind. Read, listen to good books, listen to good podcasts. I know this one doesn't qualify, but listen to good ones and audiobooks, whatever. But remember, guys, what goes in will come out somehow. Okay. What we put in our bodies and in our minds matters dramatically. So control what goes in. Guys, there's going to be so much bullshit happening in 2021 with the changing of administrations or not, like who the hell knows, right? But it looks like we have a new president, like the changing of administration and just all the shit. Like, that's crazy. We could spend all day, every day going down rabbit holes on Facebook and Twitter, reading articles and getting ourselves all worked up and pissed off. But then, wow, we're struggling in our business. We're struggling in our family. Our health is struggling. Our stress is through the roof. Not good, guys. You've got to control what goes into your head. Control what goes into your head. If you are intentional about what you put into your head, you're going to grow. You're going to improve. You're going to get stronger. You're going to get better. It's a fact. Okay. If you put better fuel in your vehicle, it's going to perform better. If you put better fuel in your body, you are going to perform better. You're going to feel better. You put better fuel into your mind, you're going to be better. And then, guys, first you have to have the goals on paper. They have to be written down. Have those goals, and then just put a couple bullet points under each one and say, okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do this to help me get there. I'm going to do this to help me get there. But don't do too many. Don't make it so rigid, because what I found is when you have the goal and you just start moving in that direction, you may find, oh, I need to pivot, or that doesn't work. I need to go in this other direction. But it's all moving towards that goal. But if you're so damn fixated and rigid on going down one path, you're going to be blind to any adjustments that you could or should have made. So, but just give yourself a few ideas to help empower yourself subconsciously when you're like, oh my God, like my goal is $1 million a year. How the hell am I going to do that? Well, I have EXP. That can bring in this much. And then I have, the Massive Agent Society. And then I have speaking. If we get that back, I have speaking and I can bring in this much. And then, oh, you know what? I could also do this. There's also this, there's this. And then you're like, oh, holy crap. That's very achievable if I just double down on these few things. So give yourself a couple bullet points. And that could be like, okay, how are you going to get more clients? If your goal is to sell 60 homes next year and this year it was only 12, okay, well, you need to be seen more often. So you need to do some content. You need to write some articles. You need to do some videos. You need to learn Facebook ads. You need to, hire somebody to do YouTube ads for you and just be seen everywhere all over your market. Maybe you launch a podcast, whatever, like write those things down and then you'll have an idea and be like, you know what? This is an achievable goal. I just need to focus on these few things. But like I said, guys, don't be so rigid that you don't make necessary adjustments that will help you get to your goal, because a lot of times you do need to make an adjustment. You do need to make a pivot. You can't just do what you thought you would do at the beginning of the year. And if I don't even think I need to tell you guys that. 2020 was the perfect example. What we thought the year was going to be wasn't. And in a lot of ways, it was much better. In a lot of ways, it was much harder and more difficult, and we had to make adjustments. So those that did make adjustments, you're doing great. Those that didn't, probably not so good. And guys, to wrap this up, I'm going to be sharing with you a few things that I'm doing to help me reach my goals, but also hand in hand, they'll help you guys reach your goals. I'll be sharing those with you over the coming weeks, over the next few episodes. Not ready to do that today, but there's a few things that I'm coming out with, and some of them are just fun. Some of them are just, you're going to be like, yeah, I want one of those, or yeah, I want to be part of that, or yeah, that sounds cool. Some of it's just fun. Some of it is actually like going to help you, give you tools to do better and to grow. And so I'll be sharing that with you. But what I've got right now, guys, go check out the Massive Agent Daily app on the Social Coach platform. Social media is such a huge part of my plan for 2021, and content and being seen in more places more often. That should be your goal as well. And you have to know what to do. So if you're sitting there struggling, like, what the hell do I post? We'll help you. We'll send you a notification through the app every morning that says, post this. Here's some instructions. Some of them are just copy and paste, like copy this and go post it. Some of them are a little video that's like, hey, today, go do X, Y, Z. Here's how you should format it. Here's what it should look like. Here's why it works. And then you go do it. MassiveAgentDaily.com. Go check it out, guys, and give that a shot. Try it for a month, and I think you'll see the needle move in your business for sure, and definitely within your social media engagement, which leads to your business growth. But it takes more than a month. It takes more than posting a couple times. And here's the secret. The secret is there's no frickin' secret. There's no magic post that's going to get you there. There's no magical Facebook post that's going to bring in 27 clients. It doesn't exist. The magic is the combination and the accumulation over time of all the content and being seen over and over and over and over and over and over with good stuff. We'll give you that good stuff. It's your job to post it. And we have it over at MassiveAgentDaily.com. Go check it out. Go get it. Guys, thank you so much for listening. If you have not yet, please go leave us a review or a rating on Apple Podcasts or wherever you're listening. If they have reviews, Apple does for sure. You could just simply go to MassiveAgentPodcast.com/review. And that'll take you right to Apple Podcasts. Leave us a review or a rating. It helps us out tremendously. And then, like I said in the beginning, if you see any of our content on social media or you're just listening to this podcast, please share it with other agents that you know. Don't keep this information to yourself. If it's helped you, if it's entertained you, if you found it helpful at all, don't keep that to yourself. Please share it, and that's the fee. Please pay the fee, and I will continue paying mine every week. We'll be back next week with a new episode. Go sell some homes. Go close some loans, guys. Have a great frickin' week.